Imagine for a moment a quiet mountain, unyielding, standing tall through tempests and storms. Now envision yourself embodying this same unbreakable spirit, moving through life with a calm heart and steady gaze, untouched by the winds of others' judgments or life's inevitable chaos. Isn't there something incredibly powerful about that image? An inner strength so profound that no storm could disrupt it. That is the essence of Stoicism. Throughout history, the Stoics mastered this art of resilience, and perhaps no one captured it better than Epictetus. His teachings urge us to adopt an attitude of unshakable calm, a state where we can act as if nothing bothers us. Not because life's difficulties disappear, but because we learn how to navigate them with a fortified spirit. In today's video, we'll follow the journey of a character named Alex, a modern-day seeker of wisdom, as he applies the timeless principles of Stoicism to face challenges that we all experience. Moments of anger, fear of failure, struggles with wealth, and the pursuit of true friendship. You'll discover 7 powerful insights that Epictetus taught to cultivate a life that is resilient, grounded, and truly free. Are you ready to explore the inner strength of a calm mind? Let's start with our first principle, a skill more powerful than speaking itself. 1. Listen twice as much as you speak. Alex was known as someone who always had a quick response, someone who thrived in discussions, eager to share his views. He had spent countless hours preparing his words, learning facts, and articulating his beliefs. Yet, despite his best efforts, he often felt that his relationships lacked depth. In moments of honesty, he wondered why others didn't open up to him or share their inner thoughts. One day, during a particularly stressful week, Alex happened to meet an old friend, Marcus, a quiet, thoughtful individual known for his ability to listen deeply. As they spoke, Alex found himself sharing more than he had anticipated: the challenges at work, the uncertainties in his personal life, even his hidden insecurities. And when he paused, he noticed something unusual. Marcus was silent, attentive, listening with a calm focus. He wasn't simply waiting to respond. He was absorbing, genuinely interested in what Alex had to say. "Why do you listen so well?" Alex finally asked, surprised by how much he had shared without any interruption. Marcus simply smiled, responding with a piece of wisdom he had learned from studying Stoicism. Epictetus used to say that nature gave us 2 ears and only 1 mouth for a reason: to listen twice as much as we speak. When we listen, we truly connect with others. And in connecting, we not only learn about them, but also gain clarity about ourselves. At that moment, Alex realized that his pursuit of expression had left little room for understanding others. He thought of Epictetus's advice and wondered, how much of life am I missing because I'm too busy speaking? The words we speak are often reflections of what we already know, while the words we hear can reveal new worlds, fresh perspectives, and hidden insights. Alex committed to listening more and talking less, a subtle change that would profoundly alter his relationships and deepen his wisdom. Why listening matters more than you think. For Epictetus, the act of listening was not merely a social courtesy, it was an essential part of growth. When we speak constantly, we are often reinforcing our own beliefs, creating an echo chamber that leaves little room for new ideas. Listening, on the other hand, invites us to question, to open our minds to perspectives we hadn't considered. This shift from speaker to listener cultivates humility, a cornerstone of Stoic thought. In practicing this principle, Alex began to notice how his relationships transformed. Friends felt heard, conflicts reduced, and in listening to others, he found clarity in his own thoughts. He came to understand that true wisdom is not in repeating what we know, but in learning what we do not yet understand. As you go about your day, consider this. How often do you speak without truly listening? Could you, like Alex, Deepen your relationships by listening more intentionally. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics and try it. Notice how the world around you opens up, filled with the voices and experiences that enrich your life. 2. Embrace failure as a stepping stone to growth. Shortly after his conversation with Marcus, Alex faced a setback at work. A project he had poured months into was criticized, and his ideas were dismissed. Frustrated and feeling defeated, he found himself wondering if he was cut out for his line of work. The sting of failure lingered, and with it came a growing fear of future mistakes. In his search for solace, Alex recalled something Marcus had mentioned. Embrace failure as a teacher, for every setback holds within it a lesson. Intrigued, Alex began reading about Epictetus, learning that this Stoic sage considered failure a natural and valuable part of life. According to Epictetus, it wasn't the experience of failing that defined a person, but how they chose to respond to it. Why despair? Epictetus would ask. What did you expect? An unbroken string of successes. He taught that setbacks are opportunities to refine oneself, moments to polish one's character rather than tarnish one's spirit. As Alex reflected on this, he felt a shift in his mindset. He saw that each mistake, each moment of failure, could be viewed as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Inspired by Epictetus, he began to treat his failures not as defining moments of defeat, but as valuable lessons. Instead of wallowing in regret, he asked himself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger? Failure is not the end, but the beginning of mastery. In applying this new approach, Alex found a renewed sense of courage. He returned to work, no longer afraid of criticism, but rather curious about it, ready to grow from it. Mistakes, once terrifying, became opportunities for improvement. He learned that Stoicism doesn't seek a life free from failure, but teaches us how to rise each time we fall, becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient. How do you respond to your own failures? Do you allow them to deter you, or do you look for ways to learn and grow? Remember, every fall is a chance to rise anew, stronger than before. As we delve deeper, we come to understand that material success is not the only measure of true wealth. The Stoics taught that true fortune lies within. 3. True wealth lies in simple contentment. A few months later, Alex received an unexpected promotion and, along with it, a significant pay raise. He was thrilled, imagining the new possibilities this wealth could afford him. A larger apartment, the latest gadgets, exotic vacations. Yet, as time passed and he surrounded himself with these luxuries, he noticed an unsettling feeling. He wasn't any happier. One evening, he again consulted Marcus, who listened thoughtfully and then said, "Wealth is not measured by what we possess, but by our contentment with what we have." He shared a passage from Epictetus. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The wisdom of Stoicism teaches that true wealth lies in the richness of a contented spirit, where joy comes not from abundance, but from gratitude for what is already present. Alex decided to put this to the test. He began to simplify his lifestyle, focusing on appreciating the essentials: a fulfilling job, a comfortable home, friends who cared for him. As he shed the need for more and more possessions, he felt an unexpected sense of freedom. There was a lightness in letting go, an ease that came from focusing on inner fulfillment rather than external accumulation. The freedom of a contented spirit. The contentment Alex experienced proved deeper and more lasting than any fleeting pleasure wealth could buy. He found that by cultivating gratitude and simplicity, he experienced a happiness rooted in stability rather than the constant chase for more. This principle, he realized, wasn't about rejecting wealth, but about learning to value the things that truly matter, the things that bring lasting peace. Ask yourself, Are you seeking wealth in material possessions or in a satisfied spirit? Consider that the richest life may be the one that finds joy in simplicity. With a strong inner foundation, Alex discovered that the pursuit of true friendship brought more richness to his life than any amount of wealth. 4. Cultivate true friendships over material wealth. As Alex's priorities shifted, he noticed a change in his friendships. Some of his acquaintances who once seemed close grew distant as he stopped attending the upscale events they favored, the ones focused on status and image. In their place, however, he found himself spending more time with people who valued honesty, depth, and loyalty. These new friendships weren't about impressing each other, but about mutual respect and understanding. Reflecting on Stoic principles, Alex learned that Epictetus valued friendships based on character rather than utility. The Stoics viewed true friendship as a treasure that transcends material wealth. Epictetus taught that genuine friends provide stability in times of change, offering us support that money can never buy. Over time, Alex found that these meaningful relationships were more fulfilling than his past pursuits of social status or recognition. He valued friends who encouraged him to be his best self, who held him accountable, and who accepted him without conditions. These relationships were grounded in a shared pursuit of goodness and wisdom, a core tenet of Stoicism. The wealth found in friendship. Through this journey, Alex discovered that real wealth was measured in moments shared with true friends. When he faced difficult times, these friends were there, offering encouragement and perspective. This was a kind of wealth he knew would endure, a connection unshaken by the ups and downs of fortune. As you reflect on your own friendships, ask yourself, are they rooted in genuine respect and shared values? In seeking friends who enrich your soul rather than your status, you may find a source of lasting happiness. From here, Alex's journey took him deeper into Stoic insights, understanding that inner calm is not found in the praise of others, but in the quiet fulfillment of one's duties. 5. Fulfill your duties without expecting praise. As Alex continued to explore Stoic principles, he became aware of a subtle yet powerful lesson, the idea of duty. Alex had always strived to perform well in his job and fulfill responsibilities to his family and friends. However, he often felt disillusioned when his efforts went unnoticed or unappreciated. At times, he even questioned the purpose of his work, wondering why he should continue if no one acknowledged his contributions. One evening, in a moment of reflection, Alex revisited a passage from Epictetus that spoke to his feelings of discouragement. "The sun rises each day," Epictetus wrote, "not because it seeks applause, but simply because it is its nature to do so." This metaphor captured Alex's attention. The sun doesn't need validation to fulfill its purpose. It does so because that is its role in the world. Inspired, Alex began to approach his duties with a renewed mindset, focusing less on recognition and more on the inherent value of his work. He took pride in his responsibilities, not because they brought him praise, but because they contributed to something larger. He understood that his role, like the role of the sun, was valuable in itself, regardless of whether others acknowledged it. The freedom in duty done for its own sake. By shifting his perspective, Alex experienced a profound freedom. He was no longer weighed down by the need for approval, finding satisfaction in the work itself. Each task, each responsibility, became a chance to practice self-discipline and dedication. Through this Stoic approach, Alex discovered a steady source of fulfillment that did not rely on external validation. Consider this. How often do you seek validation for the work you do? What if, like Alex, you found joy in duty itself rather than in others' recognition? Embrace this Stoic wisdom, and you may find that true freedom lies in fulfilling your role with purpose and integrity, free from the weight of others' opinions. As Alex learned, True resilience also means cultivating emotional independence, especially when facing criticism or disdain from others. 6. Ignore the criticism of those who wish you harm. One of the toughest challenges Alex faced on his Stoic journey was dealing with criticism. He had always taken others' opinions to heart, finding it difficult to brush off negative comments or judgments. When a colleague openly criticized him during a meeting, Alex felt a familiar sting, the kind that lingered and eroded his confidence. Reflecting on Stoic wisdom, he recalled another teaching of Epictetus: "Do not hate those who hate you, simply ignore them." The Stoics believed that our responses to others' negativity are under our control. Epictetus encouraged ignoring the noise and focusing instead on our own actions and intentions. This wasn't about suppressing emotions, but about recognizing that our peace should never be handed over to the whims of others. Over the coming weeks, Alex practiced this approach. When faced with negativity or criticism, he chose not to react impulsively. Instead, he paused, asking himself, "Does this comment truly deserve my attention?" By reframing the situation, he discovered that most criticisms were superficial, often stemming from others' insecurities or misunderstandings. He realized that by letting go of these judgments, he could protect his peace. Emotional independence as a key to inner strength. This newfound independence brought Alex a deep sense of calm. He understood that his worth wasn't determined by the opinions of others, but by his own actions and principles. By distancing himself from unnecessary criticism, he became resilient to external negativity, his confidence rooted firmly within. Reflect on this. Do you allow others' words to disturb your peace? Could you, like Alex, practice ignoring superficial criticism and focusing on your own values? In doing so, you may find a reservoir of strength that is unaffected by others' fleeting opinions. As Alex embraced this principle, he felt drawn toward a simpler, less demanding lifestyle. He came to see that true happiness did not lie in luxuries, but in simplicity. 7. Choose simplicity over the illusion of wealth. The more Alex practiced Stoicism, the more he noticed how the desire for luxuries had subtly influenced his life. He had grown accustomed to a certain level of comfort and had begun to associate his happiness with the accumulation of material things. Yet, deep down, he sensed that his quest for wealth only added layers of stress and distraction. One day, he stumbled upon Epictetus' teaching about simplicity. Why complicate life with luxuries when simplicity brings freedom? Epictetus and the Stoics believed that wealth often burdens the soul, drawing us away from inner peace. The energy spent acquiring, maintaining, and worrying about possessions could be used to cultivate contentment and a life of meaning. Intrigued, Alex began simplifying his life. He sold items he rarely used, reduced his expenses, and focused on experiences rather than possessions. Instead of constantly upgrading his lifestyle, he found joy in the simple pleasures of nature, reading, and spending time with loved ones. As he freed himself from material excess, he experienced a profound sense of liberation, a happiness that was unburdened by possessions. The liberation found in simple living. By embracing simplicity, Alex discovered a quiet contentment that felt lasting and genuine. He was no longer bound by the pressures of wealth, finding joy instead in the richness of a peaceful life. This freedom became the bedrock of his happiness, allowing him to live with ease and grace. How much of your happiness depends on possessions? Could you, like Alex, experience the freedom that comes from letting go of material excess? In choosing simplicity, you may find a deeper, more stable source of joy that is unaffected by external circumstances. Alex's journey culminated in one of the Stoic principles that holds the greatest potential for inner peace: relinquishing control over what lies beyond our reach. 8. Relinquish control over what you cannot change. As Alex reflected on his journey through these Stoic principles, he arrived at a final transformative lesson: the wisdom of letting go. He realized that much of his anxiety and stress stemmed from trying to control things that were simply beyond his reach. The opinions of others, the outcomes of his efforts, even the course of life itself. Epictetus taught that true peace comes from recognizing the boundary between what we can influence and what we cannot. One evening, Alex sat quietly, contemplating his life. He listed everything that had troubled him recently: worries about his future, the behavior of others, events that had taken unexpected turns. As he looked over the list, he saw that most of these concerns fell outside his sphere of control. Epictetus's words resonated deeply. Focus on what is within your power. Let go of what is not. In practicing this Stoic discipline, Alex found a new freedom. He could now invest his energy in what he could influence: his actions, his mindset, his responses, and release everything else to fate. The freedom of letting go. Through this acceptance, Alex found an unshakable calm, a feeling that no external force could disturb his peace. He embraced life's unpredictability, knowing that while he could not control every outcome, he could always choose his response. Consider this: how much of your peace depends on controlling the uncontrollable? What if, like Alex, you could release these attachments and find serenity within? By letting go, you open the door to a profound inner calm that no circumstance can shake. Alex's journey through these Stoic principles taught him to approach life with a calm heart, a resilient spirit, and a steadfast mind. From learning to listen more, embracing failure, valuing true friendships, fulfilling his duties without praise, ignoring criticism, choosing simplicity, and letting go of the uncontrollable, he transformed into a person who could indeed act as if nothing bothers him. If you found Alex's story meaningful, reflect on how these Stoic teachings could apply to your own life. Which principles resonate with you? Are there areas where you could strengthen your inner peace and resilience? Thank you for watching and exploring the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. And please share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us build a community of armored wisdom, where we support each other in living a life of purpose and inner strength. May you find the peace and resilience to weather life's storms, unshaken and steadfast.